Sign me up. Hundreds of books on my TBR. This isn't enemies to lovers. I'm that girl. It's gonna be dark romance. Hello my book besties. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Siân. I am so excited for this video. We're gonna choose my October TBR. Normally I would use the TBR jar prompts to pick my TBR and then I would mood read the rest because I'm very much a mood reader. For October we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna mood read my entire October TBR and every single book is gonna be dark romance. I go feral for dark romance. I'm a dark romance girly through and through. What better opportunity to read all dark romance than the month of Halloween? Spooky season is here. We have a week left of September as I'm currently filming this. I do have one dark romance on my TBR still that was picked by the prompts last month, which is Shallow River by H.D. Carlton. I am not sure that I'm actually going to get to that, so I may include that on this list. Let's just get right into it. Firstly, I want to check what's on my shelves in terms of dark romance books that I've not read yet. I'm really excited. Okay, the first two that I want to read, Falls Boys, Pirate Girls. I just did a video literally last week of book series that are on my TBR. I bought these because I love Penelope Douglas so much and I'd never even read the blurbs. They were just sat on my shelves, like I'm that girl. So I read them and I was like, what the fuck, these sound so good. And since reading them, I've not been able to get these out of my head. So now I fear I must read these. So Falls Boys is first. So it's Arrow and Hawke. This isn't enemies to lovers, dark romance. So Hawke and Trent, so polite, so sweet, such an upstanding young man. A virgin too, I hear. He never gets naughty with a girl, probably because Jesus told him not to. And now here he is, trying to be the hero by protecting another girl from me. He calls me a bully, irrational, unreasonable, a criminal. He can call me anything he wants, I've heard worse. And he can try to stand between me and my money, but he's never had to fight for food. That rich, clean schoolboy doesn't have what it takes. And then his POV in the blurb, I surprised her, you should have seen her face. Just because I don't have a record, honey, doesn't mean I'm clean. It just means I'm better at not getting caught. That is until I realise I might have actually gone too far this time. She's there, I'm there, the scene of the crime. It's dark, the police show up. We have no choice, we run. Down High Street, into Quinn's bake shop, and I pull her through the entrance to the old speakeasy that everyone forgot was here decades ago. The door locks, the cops circle the building, never knowing we're right here, and I'm hidden in plain sight, indefinitely, with someone who's awful, mean, rough, dirty, a thief, a delinquent, until one night, lost in all these rooms together, I don't see any of those things anymore. She's smart, daring, soft, irresistible. Yes. Yes, I want to read you. And then Pirate Girls, Cade and Hunter Carruthers, brothers, twins, my cousins. In a way, they're my family, protective, indulgent, my best friends, but there was something else there too, that ever-present whisper that reminded me more as I got older that we didn't actually share any blood. Very important to note. They used to be inseparable. We all were, but not anymore, and I don't know why Hunter left or why he joined a rival team in Weston, the rebel town across the river, to stand on the opposite side of the field from his brother. But Cade is out for blood now, and Hunter has finally decided to engage. Rivalry week, parades, parties, pranks, and the prisoner exchange. Weston will send a hostage to our school, and in return they're taking me. I'm Hunter's for 2 weeks, in a dilapidated brownstone on a nearly abandoned street with almost no supervision, 10 days in an enemy school, 14 nights in a town full of bullies with no curfews and no rules, and Hunter has no intention of protecting his little cousin anymore. The pirates will come for me, how can they not? A pirate never sits out on the fun, but I never needed protection or rescue because a pirate never runs either. Twin brothers, you say? Say less. Do you see? Do you see? Okay, TBR, what do I fancy? That's the question. Let's get my little list up because Lord knows I cannot remember. There's hundreds of books on my TBR. While we're on the theme of Halloween and that though, how cute is my new phone case? Right, want to read. Do you know what I'm really in the mood for? The Sinner by Chantal Tessier. I recently read The Ritual. I've heard The Ritual is the worst and they get better from there, and I think I gave it like 3 stars or something. It wasn't the best thing I've ever read. Felt there was too much spice, but I did enjoy some elements of it, and I liked the concept. So I've heard that the rest of them are meant to be really, really good. So The Ritual didn't put me off. I still want to read this. So The Sinner. I was raised in a world where money and power are at your fingertips. My father is a lord, a very respected member of a secret society that knows no bounds. When tragedy struck my family, we discovered we weren't untouchable. Just when I thought life couldn't get any worse, I was shown what hell is really like. Then he came and saved me, the devil disguised as my personal hero. But of course, nothing is for free, not when a soul is up for grabs. I vow, you vow, we vow. Easton Bradley Sinnett, Sin, uses his power for his own sick pleasure. Like a typical lord, he never thought about the consequences of his actions. I grew up with him, obsessed over him, craved him. He was who I pictured when I imagined doing things my body shouldn't want. One day I realised he was not who I thought he was. It didn't change anything though, because I was already too far gone. If anything, I fell for him harder. Every now and then, someone enters your life who flips it upside down. Sin wrecked me in the worst way, and I thanked him for it by serving on my knees. As they say, nothing lasts forever. Men like him never stay with a woman like me. I'm what they use, not keep. So when he threw me away, I shouldn't have been all that surprised. My body had always craved the darker side of love, the kind that left bruises and scars. I was what most would call unholy. And when the devil whispered in my ear that he loved me, I was more than determined to show him just how devoted I could be. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this got really bad reviews. But I'm still gonna read it. Oh God, okay. Back to the TBR, back to the TBR. I can't remember if I said this at the start. I'm gonna pick 10 books. Okay, what do I want to read? Do you know what I really want to read? Mariana influenced me here. I want to read Bratva Bride by TJ Maguire. This is book 1 in the Bratva series, so it's mafia romance. Where do I sign? Bratva rule Las Vegas, the Cosa Nostra rule New York City. What happens when they merge their families? A new king and queen of the mafia are born. Ileana Volkov and Arturo De Luca have a long road ahead, with enemies around every corner. They have to protect and trust in one another to survive. With a brutal betrayal and danger lurking in the shadows, who can they really trust? It says this series is not for the faint of heart. Yeah, this has got good reviews. I'm gonna read it. What are we on? That's 4. Do you know what I really want to read? And it's not in order, but you don't actually have to read this series in order. Crossed by Emily McIntyre. This is book 5 in the Never After series. All I have left to read are Twisted and Crossed. I really, really want to read this one. It's a Hunchback of Notre Dame sort of retelling, and apparently this is meant to be the darkest in the series, so sign me up. He is righteousness, she is sin. Father Cade Frederick is a holy man. I'm already invested, 100%. Brought up in the streets of Paris, he has dedicated his life to the church, but there's a monster that lingers just beneath the surface. A sickness, one that bleeds darkness and feeds on the damned. When he's tasked to become the priest in Festivale, Vermont, a town both beautiful in architecture and riddled with despair, his sickness sings, demanding he rid the place of evil. Amaya Paquette is Festivale's beautiful mystery. She spends her days caring for her younger brother and her nights transforming into Esmeralda, dancing for greedy eyes and shameless lips. Although she longs for love, she shies away from companionship, afraid of being abandoned again. When Father Cade lays eyes on Amaya, he finds himself ensnared, convinced she's using witchcraft to lure him to her. He can't eat, can't breathe, can't think unless it's of her, and temptation is a devastating mistress. She's his weakness, so he decides he'll be her demise, even if it means killing the only woman he might ever love. Yep. Yep. That was 5. My TBR is ridiculous. Ooh, I know. Anathema by Kerry Lake. I've heard very, very, very good things about this. This is the author of Nocticadia, which I also haven't read yet, is also on my TBR. This is meant to be a dark gothic fantasy. Yes. This is about a shunned woman who is forced beyond the mortal realm's forbidden boundary into a terrifying world of cursed souls and grotesque creatures. Only the banished know what lies beyond the woods. There are whispers about what lurks in Witchnell, the forest where sinners go to die. The villagers call it the Eating Woods because what's taken is never given back. Only those who've lost their senses would dare to go near it, or the banished. Mavis Bronwick knows better than to breach the misty labyrinth of trees, but a tragic turn of events compels her beyond the archway of bones to a boundary no mortal has crossed before, one that cloaks a dark and fantastical world that's as dangerous as it is alluring. It's there that he dwells, the cursed lord of Eidolon, the one tasked to keep her hidden from the magehood that seeks to crucify her in the name of an arcane prophecy. Zevander Ridain, known to his prey as the Scorpion, is the coldest, most calculated assassin in all of Aetheria, and he'd soon toss his feisty ward to a pack of vicious fire drakes than keep her safe. If only he could. Mavis's blood is the key to breaking his despised curse and vanquishing the slumbering evil in Witchnell. Unfortunately for Lord Ridain, fate has other plans for the irresistible little enchantress, and his growing obsession with her threatens to destroy everything, including himself. This actually has excellent reviews, and I'm pretty sure I've just seen that Eldritch was released. That's book 2, isn't it? I think. I'm not sure if it was released or if people are getting the arcs of it, but I've seen it on Instagram. So yeah, we're going for that. We're going for that. What else do I want to read? I need 4 more. This one. I've had this on my TBR for about a year and a half. Chaos by Luna Mason. It's got some great reviews and some really bad reviews. I feel like dark romance is always like that, to be honest. Everything is falling into place. A new life in a new state, living up to my name, the King of Chaos. This is our new Bratford Empire. Oh, it's mafia romance. Where we take what we want, and what a perfect way to leave behind my old life by sleeping with my brother's new wife on the night of their wedding. Oh, you naughty boy. The only problem, I may have left my heart with her. Even if she is the one woman I could never have, that didn't stop me getting a taste. When fate puts her on my lap for a second time, I'm determined to make her mine. But my sweet Sophia is keeping a secret, one big enough to turn my world upside down. Will our love survive the truth that is waiting to explode? Yes, please. 3 more. I know what I want to read. Where is it? Irreversible by Jennifer Hartman and Shelley St. Clair. If there's one thing about Jennifer Hartman, is that she writes an extremely heartbreaking story, and I believe this is a dark romance. I think this is similar to Still Be In. It's like a kidnapping dark romance, but the main character's having an actual romance. So they're not dark, but the circumstances that befall them is dark, I think. They say the best kept secrets are hidden in the darkest places. I know that better than anybody because I'm one of them. I spend my days locked in a black market nightmare, held captive by a twisted mastermind who considers me his prized possession. My only form of human contact are the victims in the next room, each of whom disappears faster than the last. Everyone leaves except me. Then I hear him, Isaac. Brash, elusive and haunted, he isn't anyone's idea of a hero. Separated by a wall, our faces hidden, his voice cuts through the darkness, becoming my only hope. He's driven by vengeance, bearing scars as dark as my own. Despite his rough edges, a fragile bond forms between us, a lifeline. Isaac might be my best chance of escape, but time is slipping away. Breaking free will mean outrunning both our pasts, and in this twisted game, the cost of freedom may be more than we can afford to pay. Appearances deceive, choices have consequences, and some consequences, they are irreversible. Yes, I want to read you. I want to read you. That sounds so good. Okay, that was 8, I think, so 2 more. I've kind of lost count. If we get to the end of this video and it's not 10, then mind your business. Is this a dark romance? I think it is. Riot House by Callie Hart. Callie Hart wrote Quicksilver. Quicksilver is one of my favourite reads of all time. I've wanted to read more of her work and I just haven't got around to it. This has been on my TBR since I read Quicksilver, literally. They might be richer than gods, but they're morally bankrupt. As far as the boys who run America's most exclusive international academy are concerned, I'm an unwelcome interloper, an inconvenience, and they're determined to make my life a living hell. When Ren Jacoby sets eyes on Wolf Hall Academy's newest inductee, all he sees is an easy mark. A reserved little girl with a target painted on her back. He knows nothing of my troubled past though, nothing of my mother's suspicious death, or the horrific treatment I've had to endure at the hands of my psychotic father. And he has no idea the lengths that I, unassuming little Elodie Stillwater, will go to in order to break the savage beast who dreams of breaking me first. There's a wolf stalking the forest that surrounds my new school. Little does he know, there are far scarier predators lurking out there in the dark. Yes, please. I have a feeling I'm gonna devour these, you know. I just think I'm gonna get through them really fast. And if I do, then I'll just have to read more dark romance, won't I? One more. You know what I'll do for the last one, because I realistically don't think I'm gonna get to this month. I'm gonna go with Shallow River by H.D. Carlton. I'm gonna have to get the synopsis on here because all it says on the back is Shallow Hill is where the soul suffers slow and miserable deaths. Yeah, it is. It says, when River McAllister escaped from Shallow Hill, she left her innocence behind, some of her sanity too. Now she's rebuilding her life with her dream man and life couldn't be better. Ryan Fitzgerald is everything you'd want in a man. Attractive, rich, an aspiring lawyer and would do anything to keep River. But that's not the only thing that attracts her. It's his attentiveness, his possessiveness, maybe not so much his temper. When her relationship takes a dark turn, Ryan's estranged brother, Mako, is the only one who sees it. He knows exactly what Ryan is capable of, and it's not the first time he had to be a knight in shining armour. River came from Shallow Hill though. She's never needed saving before. What Mako doesn't see is that River is perfectly capable of taking care of herself. The only one who should be scared is Ryan. Yeah. You? There's 10 books, I think. I am actually, guys, I'm actually so excited for this. Like, I can't even explain to you how excited I am. Just have a full month of dark romance. I've never done this before and I don't know why. You know, sometimes you're just in the mood, but Halloween is literally my favourite time of the year. I want to get in the mood, so let's just read a load of dark romance. Let's just do it. And these are books that I've been wanting to get to. I'm trying to think if there's any releases coming out in October that I would maybe want to push the TBR aside for, but I don't think there is. There's some that are coming out the end of September. I might just have to do them in November, but there's my 10. Really excited for that. If I do get through all of them, because I have on occasion read more than 10 books a month, I'll just mood read the rest. So yeah, as I said before, I did just post a video going through some series that are on my TBR still that I'm most likely going to get to in 2026. So I'll leave that video right here if you do want to stay for a while. And as always, if you've made it this far, then thank you so much for watching.